tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Let's begin my talk with meditation. Mindfulness about breathing for 5 minutes. I will guide you how to begin this meditation. If you have never learned this meditation, sit in dignity. Now I'm sitting on the chair, but you have to sit in dignity. Keep the back straight. Sit in dignity means to keep the back straight. Keep the back straight and close your eyes softly. Of course, when you are in formal meditation, you have to sit cross-legged, keep the back straight, and place your hand on the knees or on the thigh where it's comfortable, or in a lap, putting on each other. Assembly, switch on your attention. Switch on your attention and observe your breath. Pay attention to your breath. That's coming in, going out, exhaling, inhaling, coming in and going out, inhaling, exhaling, or in-breath or out-breath. Your attention should be at the nostril. Your attention should be at the nostril. Just wait and watch and vigilant to observe the breath when it comes in, when it goes out. For the beginner, of course, for the beginner you have to try to be aware of the in-breath from the beginning up to the end, and out-breath also from the beginning to the end. Well, for beginner, of course, when you are used to doing this for after 3-4 days long of the breathing meditation, the being awareness of the breathing, you have to stay at the nostril. You have to stay focused at the nostril and just vigilant and watch. When it touches, when the in-breath touches, just observe the touching point of the air, the breath. Just observe the touching point of the breath when it comes in, where it touches. This is for someone who has already obtained quite a good enough concentration. Otherwise, you can do this, but you have to just pay attention to the breath from the beginning to the end, not to get restless. Just go with the breath from the beginning to the end, carefully and mindfully, not to go restless, not to have a chance for the mind to be restless. Please sit in dignity. Don't keep the back bent. Don't keep the neck bent, because when you keep the back bending, you will feel, as soon as possible, you will feel a painful sensation or uncomfortable sensation. When you feel painful or uncomfortable, you can't concentrate on the object of meditation. You can be discouraged if you feel painful or uncomfortable feeling in the back or in the neck. This is the reason you have to keep the back straight, sit in dignity, close your eyes softly, simply switch on attention and pay attention to the breath, in-breath and out-breath. When you feel no pain in the neck or in the back or in any part of your body, you feel really courageous, you feel really encouraged to continue this meditation on and on. When you feel peaceful and calm, much, much more better than any minute and any second, because you wanted to continue this meditation. You're very earnest at that moment, very courageous to practice this meditation. If you have no pain and no uncomfortable feeling in any part of your body. This is the reason you have to be very careful even when you sit down. Make yourself first comfortable before you switch on your attention. Make the entire body comfortable. Then switch on attention, and by paying attention to the breath, in-breath and out-breath from the beginning to the end. Not to get restless, not to get the mind restless. You are simply doing attention to the breath. But you can see clearly that your running mind, monkey mind, wandering mind is stopped properly. You don't need to stop it, but it is stopped by itself because of your attention. The stronger you can concentrate on the object of meditation, the more cleverly you can tackle your monkey mind. You can manage or regulate your mind by paying attention to the breath. When you have a stronger, more appropriate concentration on the object of meditation. And default mode network is also stopped. When default mode network stopped, here's from the cortex. I'm just trying to explain you in a scientific way, not by religious way. Actually, in my nature, I don't like religion very much because it's orders. It told always to do what they want, what the God wanted, but we can't do what we wanted. This is the reason why I don't like very much, because we have to be free to do as we want, because we can manage and regulate our mind. We can master our mind. We know what is proper, what is not proper, what is good, what is not good. We can do our own avoidance, our own choice, by our own wisdom. But according to the religion, you are told, most of the time you are told, I was told, this is what I don't like. I think nobody likes when you are told. You should have your own choice freely. You are a human being. You have an intelligence. You have a smartness. You have an ability to learn things. So the Buddha opens your mind. The Buddha opens your mind and your heart and clear and expels the ignorance to get awakened, to get awaked from the ignorant mind. This is how I love Buddha very much. He himself has run away from the Hindu tradition and Hindu society when he was there in India before he got enlightened, because he was grown up. The Buddha, Prince Siddhartha, was grown up in under Hindu tradition. In the Hindu tradition, his birth ceremonies are held by Hindu culture and Hindu tradition with Hindu priest. But the Prince Siddhartha didn't follow the traditions. Finally, he left, and he ran out of this traditional belief and faith of Hindu tradition, Hindu religion. But of course he practiced the meditation because it is practical. So he learned meditation from Hindu priest. He attained different states of the deeper concentration. He reached even higher, the highest state of concentration, but he didn't think it is the way that he's looking for. This is the reason finally he left Hindu priest and teacher of meditation, and he went on his own way. Finally, he found a vipassana meditation through that paying attention to the breathing. Now we are learning from him, from the Buddha. So what I want to say is this technique of meditation has nothing to do with any particular faith or religion or any particular belief or God. This religion has nothing to do with the idea of a God, because this is nothing to do with a God. You are your own master and you are yourself. You need to just learn. You should have the ability to learn things. That's all. I believe you are a human being like me, and you are a human being like a Buddha or Prince Siddhartha, so you can learn everything and you can achieve everything that a normal human being achieved. You have to put into yourself the confidence. You have to put your confidence in yourself. By thinking you are a human being, you can do everything and you can learn everything. You can handle your own situations. You can regulate your mind, your emotions, your thoughts. I'm sorry, because since I was young, I have never believed the religion. I have never accepted and never agreed with the religious idea, because it's always, according to the religion, we are told blindly. You have to do everything blindly, because there's no question at all, because religion trains you unquestioning faith. Religion trains you unquestioning faith to God, the Son of God, and the Spirit of God, and the Messenger of God. They call it Trinity. You have to put your faith in the Trinity by being told, by following as you are told. Well, what I like, according to the Buddha's teaching, is he said in Anguttara Nikaya, Kalama Sutta, he said, do not go by the book. Do not go by the secret scriptures. I love this very much. Do not go by hearsay. Do not go by appearances. There are 10 points Buddha explained. What I like is Mahapitaka Sambadanena. Mahapitaka Sambadanena. It's in Pali. He said, do not go by the books. Do not go by the secret books, religious texts. You have to learn it. Of course, you have to learn it and put into practice. Put into practice. It makes you happy. It makes you beneficial. It is praiseworthy by the wise, and it leads you the benefits. Then take it and accept it and practice it. This is what the Buddha said in the Anguttara Nikaya, Kalama Sutta. I love the 10 points, all of 10 points, I love it. This is the reason I said Buddhism is totally and completely different from the sense of religion. I just want to repeat it again. Buddhism is totally and completely different from a sense of religion, because they have no sense of a God in Buddhism. Because there is man-center in Buddhism, not God-center, center of a God, but center of man there, because the Buddha himself is the man. The Prince Siddhartha is normal man as you are, or ordinary man as you are. So he finally left the tradition and he practiced this meditation. Finally he found that vipassana, the way that I teach is mindfulness-based vipassana meditation. Well, I'm saying often, very often, Buddhism is completely different from sense of religion, because there's nothing to do with the religion. Otherwise, I will not accept even Buddhism if it has still a sense of religion, because it's always, you are told to believe in something blindly. I can't do this. My mathematic brain and critical brain cannot accept it. I'm happy to study mathematics in university. That makes me a lot of benefits to learn even Buddhism. I don't blame religion, but I don't like that religion, sense of religion. Now, I said often, you can believe if you are not able to leave the belief, but you can believe anything you want, any God you want, any religion you want. But this is not enough. This is not enough. This is not enough. What I'm trying to point out is this is not enough. Believing in a certain God, a certain religion is not enough. Being Christian or being Buddhist or being Hindu, is being Jewish, according in my understanding, is almost nothing. Just in the name. But you have to try to understand the sense of what they are taught correctly. And then put into practice. Don't just go traditional way, but just put into practice scientifically. Then you will see the benefits. And also, I don't like to go by the book, because books, any religious text can be wrong, because it has been handed down for a long time, from time to time. So some words can be probably wrong. Some words may be mistranslated. This is the reason the Buddha said, do not go by the book. You have to learn the book. Of course, you have to learn the book and put into practice. Put into practice. This practice makes you happy, this practice makes you beneficial, this practice makes you praised by the wise, then take it and accept it. He said that this practice it should be praised by the wise. Praiseworthy by the wise. Then you have to do it. You have to follow it. I love this very much. And now look what happened when you are meditating by paying attention to your own breath, in-breath and out-breath. You see, after 50 minutes of the breathing meditation on breath, being aware of your own breath, I'm sure that your monkey mind stopped. Your running mind stopped. Your wandering mind stopped. When your monkey mind, wandering mind, with running mind stopped, then default mode network is closed down. Default mode networks closed down. When default mode networks are closed down, you can see here in the frontal cortex, this is scientific. Now, this is scientific. I'm trying to explain it scientifically, not religious. I'm really fed up and I'm feeling bored to explain religiously, blindly. It makes me really dry. You see the practical benefits. The monkey mind stopped within 50 minutes. Running mind stopped. And wandering mind stopped. And default mode networks closed down. Then frontal cortex here, if you go under the brain skin, the frontal cortex here, there are two parts in the frontal cortex. You can just learn on the line these days in the internet. According to the neuroscientists, the frontal cortex, you can see here the white matter and gray matter, two parts of the brain. White matter is responsible for fear, worry, anxiety, stress, depression, so many, jealousy, and gray matter is responsible for understanding, wisdom, knowledge, sympathy, empathy. For gray matter is responsible for those kind of positive emotion, positive states of the positive value of spirituality, and white matter is a negative value of spirituality. So why is the white matter? If you see those who don't meditate, there's a white matter is increased. If you check in the brain scan, When the brain scan for those who meditate, who have meditated for a long time, and they have a white gray matter increased. That gray matter is good for decision making, sympathy, empathy, social dealings, relationship. This is the reason many neuroscientists and scientists and well-educated people try to encourage people to do this meditation. This is very scientific. It's not blind. It's not religious. This is the reason I like very much. So this is the reason I wrote this book. I wrote this book. This book is really Science and Counter Mindfulness of Buddhism. This is also a good book to read if you found this book and anywhere. But now, right now, if you go to visit Mahakanya Monastery, you can just find this book written by me. Now I'm in the forest. Therefore, meditation is not blind, not religious rite and ritual. It is very scientific approach to the reality of life. It is very scientific approach to the reality of life. I hope you understand it and the difference between religion and Buddhism. So I just want to drop it my line here, because let's start with a bit meditation together. Feel cool. Meditation is, my mind becomes more peaceful and serene. Stay focused on the object of meditation. Of course, there's so many things to explain you in detail when you take retreat. But this kind of 15 minutes, 20 minutes meditation, guided meditation is almost just nothing, better than nothing. There's so many things. The longer you take this meditation course, the better you experience with this meditation, and the wiser you will live in the life. Still, I wanted to tell you, you can believe, whether you believe a God or any religion, that doesn't matter. No matter whether you believe it or any religion, any God. This meditation has nothing to do with the belief of with a belief of God or religion. It is practical approach to the reality of life. This is very much related to the practice in mindfulness. I feel immediately my mind calm, serene, peaceful. Stay focused on the object of meditation and not restless. This is the point that I like very much. This is the point that I love this meditation very much. This is the reason why I respected the Buddha very much, because this is the path that he taught us. Not only blindly taught, but he experienced with this technique. May all of you find time to practice this meditation. May all of you find suitable time to practice this meditation. May all of you be free from all kinds of danger and feel peaceful and happy and healthy. Thank you for listening to